This is our Houston Astros 2024 season preview. We're here on location, Beyond the Diamond Podcast. Brian Lima, Apollo Des, producer Josh, 2240 Navigation, Big City Wings, Edo location. Des, just a couple of days away from the start of the 2024 season. The Astros are going to host the Yankees. Let's go, baby. Baseball's back.
Baseball's back. Off season's finally over. You just got back from Mexico,
Allegedly.
And
Allegedly, I was
baseball is ready to go. Minute Maid Park's to be rocking. Restore order to the league is our theme for the season.
Yeah, I saw we got some new merch on the website. What is it? Apollo.store.hou. What is it?
Drop the link.
Apollo HOU store.
ApolloHU.store.
There you go. ApolloHOU.store. Restore order. That who came up with that?
Dex.
Did he?
Yeah.
Nice. Shout out to Dex for that. It's pretty cool.
Absolute bar.
Yeah, that's a banger right there. Yeah, man. I just I cannot believe that the season is already here. I feel like the World Series just ended. The ALCS, obviously, the Astros fallen to the Rangers, but some big things happened throughout the offseason. Josh Hader is an Astro. We've got the best back end of the bullpen. I don't care what anybody says. We haven't even started. I don't know, man. Yankees are coming into town. Justin Verlander starting on the IL. Jose Urquidy starting on the IL. Lance McCullers, Luis Garcia. Frommer's going to get the start. I guess let's start there, man. I think that's going to be, if there's any concern level going into opening day in the opening series, it's probably pitching staff, starting rotation at least.
Yeah.
At least for the first couple weeks.
I think the biggest concern, obviously, is pitching and then middle relief and who's going to emerge there. I think dudes will emerge. I mean, your Mujinski's, your JP France when he gets pushed out of the rotation when the arms come back. Like, you have ways to get there. You just kind of got to hold serve. But I like Parker. I like Bennett. I like hopefully Taylor Scott makes it. I don't know. The roster really hasn't even finalized yet for a spot his first season. I think that's another thing no one's really talking about. It's a spot his first season as a skip. And so I'm excited for that. Excited for fresh energy, fresh feel. The boys look fired up. The offense was clicking the last, I think when they played in Port St. Lucie, the last full squad in spring training. Tore the cover off the ball. Struggled last night against the Space Cowboys, but everyone knows the Space Cowboys probably could take 3 games from the Oakland A's. That's how good they are.
And Rhett Kuba going for the Space Cowboys. We might see him this season.
Yeah, I think he had 5-6 punchies.
Yeah, 5 punchies in 4 innings, 1 run.
So I think as the season comes in, the Yankees are here. There's gonna be a little fired up.
Man, Minute Maid Park on Thursday is gonna be nuts. It's a big weekend in the city, man. You've got the opening day on Thursday. You've got the Texas Children's Houston Open over at Memorial Park Golf Course. That's on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You also have the Houston Cougars playing on Duke, Friday night up in Dallas against Duke in the Sweet 16. Oh, by the way, the Houston Rockets have won 9 in a row, and they're half a game out of the play-in.
Oh, we got some.
You got all kinds of things happening.
What do we have
Houston, here? And then we have a sampler coming in.
Citywide
sampler. Looks like we got some boneless wings, some pickle spears, some fried mac and cheese, fried cheese blocks, and some waffle fries with some ranch and some marinara. We are here at the Big City Wings Edo location, 2240 Navigation, down here in East Downtown, right around the corner from Minute Maid Park. Yeah, this area on Thursday.
Dude, that was a good
jump.
That was a good plug. That was a good radio.
Like
that was a good radio plug.
Pretty
that
good.
Was pretty good.
I was on point. I started a little off,
Yeah, that was a good
coming back
plug,
from vacation. I may have been in Mexico.
We gotta get our reps in.
May have been in Argentina. Who knows? I don't know.
Who knows?
So I'm trying to knock the rust off.
Thursday's gonna be rocking.
Yeah.
But as we jump into the season preview, we know it's a marathon, not a sprint, and last year, every game mattered. I'm still on the get everyone healthy, get everyone peaking at the right time. The first month's going to suck while arms are on the shelf. Verlander's look good. Like, it's not like Verlander's banged up. He's just, we talked about him on the pod.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit. You get a little older. I'm okay with it. Saving bullets for October, essentially. And when we go into the late spring into summertime, I think that's when we'll really see this version of the 2024 Astros. Like, I truly feel like we'll be up and down. Like, what are the Astros doing? And then they just get it rolling, get it going. And that's with arms coming back.
Yeah.
Name of the game is pitching. We know that. I think the Astros dodged a huge bullet with Urquidy not being
that was good
truly
news.
on the shelf
Yep.
with the forearm strain. Obviously, you don't know until he gets back fully ramped up. Justin Verlander, he's looked good.
He's throwing live BP.
To all the reports from,
Yeah.
from Chandler and Brian. So
He's throwing live BP today at Minute Maid Park against a couple of hitters. I know Greg Keshner is going to get some live at-bats against him. He's banged up with soft tissue injury.
Yeah.
And then from what Chandler Rome reported is if all goes well with Verlander today, he'll go out on a rehab assignment when the season starts. So he'll be close. I think we'll get him, mid to late April?
Yeah.
So he'll miss a couple of starts and then be back in the rotation.
I mean, what's your thoughts going into the division this year? Obviously, the Astros won the division. Rangers won the World Series, beating Houston. Astros couldn't win a home game. We all know that.
I think the craziest thing so far, like before the season, is going through spring training. Like the Rangers are really not getting a lot of respect from like the national media and the national pundits and stuff. Like you see all the, you know how like each media outlet will put up a graphic about baseball is back on Thursday, and they'll put like all the top hitters. Corey Seager is nowhere to be found in any of those. He finished second in the MVP, and no one's talking about the Rangers. No one's talking about the Rangers being the defending champions. So they've got some issues with their rotation. Max Scherzer, Jacob deGrom, not going to be available for a while.
I mean, if they hold serve and they get those arms back there in a position kind of like the Astros, I don't think they have the depth the way the Astros have been able to provide over the last 4 years. They have their guys to step up. The France, the Belaks. I think Aaron Getty could be a guy that we see up.
He'll be up at some point.
Yeah, he
sooner rather
deserves to
than
be
later.
up,
Yeah.
But I do kind of feel like they are being a little undersold, especially coming off the championship. Like I don't think I think they'll be an 80, like in the 80s win team. I don't think they'll be in the 70s. You have Seattle, who I think has one of the best pitching staffs in the show. I think 1 through 5, it's extremely deep. They have questions though with the lineup. I mean, how do you build around J-Rod? I mean, that's where the focus should be. You have the Angels with no Ohtani, but Trout's back. I told Josh on the last podcast, I think Mike Trout is completely underrated going into the season.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to take him as a long shot for MVP. People forget, like, when he's healthy and playing, he is better than Mickey Mantle.
That's the biggest question mark is the health, though.
Yeah,
There's no question. He's one of the greatest players, arguably, of all time, especially even when his career ends, even with the injuries, he's still going to go down as one of the best. If he can stay healthy and play 155 games, he's going to put up the numbers, but he gets hurt.
If he plays 155 games, he wins MVP.
Dude, he gets hurt every single year. So I think division-wise, Seattle, are they a problem?
Are they a problem, Des?
Seattle's a problem.
Seattle's a problem?
More so than the Rangers?
Yes. I think Seattle, I mean, it's pitching. If they have 5 guys that are studs, I mean, I don't think they dethrone the Astros. I think they're probably around 87, 88 wins.
Think they get a wild card?
I think they're in the playoffs this year. But then again, we've seen teams that have been demoralized by the Houston Astros in the playoffs in a way that haven't been seen and never bounced back. You can look at the Cleveland Indians, now Guardians. You can look at the White Sox. Look at them now. Look at all these teams that the Astros have played and beaten the playoffs in some type of manner, and they've never been able to truly bounce back. Is that Seattle? Like, can Seattle just flame out and be a middling team? That's a possibility too. I just think the division, it's good that the division is getting better because that keeps the Astros on edge throughout the season. Keeps them not falling what's the word?
What?
Falling asleep at the wheel?
Yeah, like you don't get comfortable. You don't get comfortable.
Yeah, like a sense of complacency.
Yeah, there's the word, complacency.
I think for me it's a 2-horse race, and it's the Rangers and the Astros.
Okay.
I believe that Seattle has a really good pitching staff, but their lineup, like outside of Rodriguez, like what do they have? So I mean, they can surprise people. Oakland's obviously not going to be very good. I think it comes down to
they got
the
some
Astros
guys who can
and
hit.
the Rangers. Who? Oakland?
Yeah, I think Brent Rooker can hit, and what's the guy that starts with a G? Is that Gila? Galoff?
Yeah.
He rakes.
Yeah.
He rakes.
He's a stud.
What are you going to say, Josh?
Other
than that,
they have a underrated roster. I don't think they're going to win like a lot of games, but they could play spoiler a lot during
Talking
the
about
season.
Oakland?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you saw last
you
year
just-
the
you gotta
Astros
win.
couldn't beat them.
Yeah,
The games they couldn't beat the Royals or the freaking A's. So
Yeah.
I just the biggest key, not biggest key, but one of the, I wouldn't say it's underrated, but a thing that not very many people are talking about is this is a season where the Astros come in and they should feel no pressure. They're not the
Oh.
defending champs.
That's a
People
good
are
point.
almost counting them out because of how they ended last season. Oh, Verlander's old. What if Frommer can't figure it out? What if Christian Javier is bad again? What are they going to do after that? So forth and so on. All these looming contracts with Kyle Tucker and Alex Bregman and so forth and so on. There's no pressure here for them. And I think that's a dangerous thing for this club,
Yep.
meaning, or it's danger for the rest of the league for this club because this team, man, I think offensively they're going to be better than we saw last year. I think, Des, you and I, before we came on air, were talking about how they're going to be more athletic than probably we've seen in a really long time. I just think if they come in with no pressure, don't feel like they have very much to prove, it's a really, really, really scary thing for the rest of the league.
I don't think this is like a last dance year or feel.
But it kind of feels like it. To me, it does at least. It kind of has a little last dance
With the
type
core.
thing. Not that the window's shutting.
Yeah.
But there's a pillar of your team that is about to be a free agent after this year in
For
Alex
sure.
Bregman, and there's been very little contract negotiations. He hasn't obviously gotten an extension. He hasn't been offered anything, and we're a couple of days away from the start of the season. He's open to them talking during the season, which is most of the guys say, no, I don't want to talk about it, but they can talk to Scott Boras from what I heard and read. So it could have a little bit of a last dance feeling.
Yeah, I think the Astros are like the Patriots, where you'll have the Altuve and Jordan like as your Brady, and then there'll be a new core behind that. Like you have the Patriot, you have like your chapter 1 with the Patriots and who Brady won with.
Yeah.
And then you have chapter 2 with who Brady. And I think that's kind of where we are. It's going to be that kind of weird middling years.
I think that's a really good way to put it.
But it's not like this is last dance. Like have the
Yeah.
documentary crew. Like we know everyone's going to go their separate ways.
Yeah.
Yes, pieces will leave. Yeah, I mean, obviously we want Alex Bregman to stay here because we talked about on the last podcast is you can't replace anything he does, durability
No, you
wise,
can't.
statistics wise, hitting wise, glove wise. You just cannot replace or replicate that. But then again, he also deserves getting the bag.
He deserves the
like
bag,
he deserves
yeah.
the bag. So it's like kind of a mixture of like a last dance feel, but also like the chapter like the
It's kind of
page
like
turning to
the
another
passing of the
chapter.
torch.
Yeah, and you have Altuve, right? He's kind of your Brady that you built around. So, I don't know. It's gonna be really interesting. I think we talked about it, and you just said like I think they're gonna be athletic as hell. I think we're gonna see. I think we're gonna smash team stolen bases from last year.
Really?
I don't know what that number is exactly, but I think we go way over that. I just the way the boys have been
I
playing
agree,
and just they look loose, right? Like
There's no pressure. I'm telling you.
they're wearing mics during
Yeah.
training camp. They're doing all this cool content. I'm like,
Man, and also you got to remember, like, we could see a completely more loose clubhouse and maybe more, I wouldn't say cocky, but a little more flair under Joe Espada.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Maybe.
think there's a sense of urgency with Joe.
Yeah.
Look, Dusty was our guy. Had great communications with him. Talked to him a lot. We also ruffled feathers against each other when we said some things. But I think with the spot and the way he's talked about it, and what I've seen on socials, is he wants to have a team that plays aggressive, plays clean baseball. I mean,
Take extra bags.
People
Yep.
forget he's the reason why he worked with Carlos to get that platinum glove. Like that was what he was working on, and Correa got that. I think he wants everyone on his team to have a platinum glove. Like that's the way this squad's going to carry itself, and it's a reflection of the manager. And I'm excited to see it. So as we jump in, we'll end with our predictions, but I want to go across the league real quick
Yep.
of division winners. So let's just start AL West. I have the Astros. You
I've
have the
got the
Astros.
Astros, yeah.
Josh has the Astros.
Yeah. Yeah.
NL West.
Dodgers.
I got I'm
Citywide
taking
Trampler.
it's a juice line right now, and I'm betting on it, but I'm gonna take the Dodgers.
Yeah. I mean, the Giants could be really good. The Diamondbacks could be good, but it's hard to bet against the regular season. It's hard to bet against the Dodgers.
Talk about disrespect. No one's talking about Arizona. They were just in the World Series.
Yeah. I think they're going to be very good, and they could still beat the Dodgers in a 7-game series. Anybody can beat the Dodgers in a 7.
If the Dodgers
You
don't,
can bet on that.
Yeah.
if the Dodgers, who Otani? He betting again?
I don't know.
Oh,
Hey, actually,
sorry, Mizuhara.
hold on.
My bad.
This is actually super important. I'm a little light this week. Can you pay my bookie?
Yeah, I
Can you
can.
do me a
if you-
solid?
Yeah, I can if you want.
I'll if
Let
you
me know
just
what
send
you
a
need.
wire, I'll get you can
Yeah.
get in my personal account.
Okay.
And send the wire.
Okay, I'll do for you.
Okay.
You want me to
appreciate
place any bets?
it.
Why not? Let's
Sure,
let's
yeah,
get
yeah,
a little
let's
action
do it.
going.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can do me a solid. I'm a little
Yeah,
light.
for
Okay.
sure. Yeah, just don't throw me under the bus. If the Dodgers don't win the World Series this year, it's the biggest disappointment of all time
If they win less than 100 games,
and of all sports.
it's a disappointment.
Wow.
Seriously.
I don't know about that.
It
Otani's not
might
pitching
be.
this year. That's, I
it
mean,
doesn't
if
matter.
Otani was pitching
he's
this
so
year.
good.
Oh
hitting
yeah,
as well.
offensively that team.
And he's a pretty bad better, so he's going to have to prove
He's a
everybody
terrible
wrong.
better.
I think at minimum
not a
they
good
have
better.
to make it to the World Series.
How bad of a better that you take an offshore bookie and he's under a federal investigation. That's just terrible. Just stop betting.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
you're
just
not,
not
you don't
good.
have good odds.
Yeah.
Um,
But I also have the Dodgers winning the
Dodgers,
NL
okay.
West.
Let's go Central.
If you find any crap cakes, let me know.
AL Central.
AL
This is
Central,
kind of-
what a shitty shitty division this is. It's going to be the Twins again.
Really?
Yeah.
I picked
Right?
I
They won it
have.
last year,
I
huh?
picked the Tigers,
Josh has the Tigers.
but I think the Royals could be sneaky as well.
Stop it.
That was gonna be my
Dude, the
sneaky
Central,
pick.
anybody can win the Central.
Anyone can win the Central.
Twins suck. Like all those teams suck. So
They
like
suck.
any team can.
They're-
The Royals have Bobby Witt and a very young, good core and good pitching.
Am I going to be the only one
Cole
that eats?
Reagans. Cole Reagans. I'm
Anybody
eating, dude. Give me a
Okay.
fork.
Scouts,
You see any-
phenomenal.
Yeah,
We need?
a fork.
Okay.
I have the Royals
Yeah,
winning the Central.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think Cole Reagans is top 5 AL Cy Young.
I like the take. I think
yeah.
you're both outside of your damn mind that the Royals are going to win it.
I don't.
Who'd you say? The
Yeah,
Tigers?
I said the Tigers. I think this is their year.
It's going to be Mr.
I don't think they win like a World Series, but I think this is their big year with AJ Hinch. Like this is when it all comes together. I could be totally wrong, but I think that's my prediction.
That's where I think it's wide open. I think
that division sucks.
I think 82 wins, 83 wins.
Yeah, yeah.
does it?
80 wins is probably going to win that shit-ass division. What about the NL Central?
NL Central.
Give me the Cubs.
I think I'm on the Cubs. I think I'm on the Cubs too.
Give me the Cubs. Josh, who you got from the NL Central?
He's a big Cardinals guy.
You set
Def-
your
definitely
you
not.
set their rotation.
Their
in-
rotation's awful. No,
It's so bad, dude.
It's so old.
I think it's the Cubs, but sneaky. The Pirates might give them a
Yeah,
run.
Pirates are pretty
Pirates,
scrappy.
they're
Man, they
getting
started,
there.
Dude, they
They have
started
all
out
those draft
hot
picks.
last year.
I think
have all
Paul
those draft
Skeens
picks.
comes up. But
Actually, you know
halfway through
who
the
else is going to be right there? It'll probably be the Reds, too. Ellie De La Cruz is a dog,
Ooh.
bro.
That division is gonna be fun.
That's a good-
That division is like, it's just like the AL Central, but it's actually fun. Like it's not just a bunch of.
So it's Buck,
mid.
man.
You know that the meme with like the like guy flirting, and it's like, oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, he
adorable, and then the
turns.
other guy, and it's like harassment.
Yeah.
That's what like the fun side is the NL Central.
Yeah.
And the harassment side is the AL Central. It's like
Yeah.
the same exact mirror, but people are so
But-
tired of the AL Central being an 81 win division winner
Yeah,
that the NL Central's fun.
yeah.
I think the other side is what's going to go on in the AL East.
Yeah,
Because you have Baltimore, who is the future and maybe the present. Yankees, Red Sox are in the dumpster. The Rays are really, really good.
I think it could be. I think it could be the Orioles. I think it's probably
who?
them. The Orioles.
In the AL East,
I think so.
Adley Rutschman's pretty good.
I'm taking Baltimore.
I think the Yankees are good this year. They're back to like probably.
Yeah, they got Juan Soto.
Yeah, they're probably a wild card team. I think it's a 2-horse race there. I think the Rays fall off. I'm not on the Rays
How old
wagon
is
at
Juan
all.
Soto now?
26.
21.
He's 21, right? That's what I thought.
21.
Yeah, can the Orioles build off of what they did last year? They got smacked around in the playoffs by the Rangers in that first round. I don't want to. I'm not. Fuck the Yankees. It's gonna be the Orioles. It's definitely not the Red Sox. It's not gonna be the Rays. So yeah, I'm going with the Orioles.
Okay.
In the NL East. Wait, who'd you take? You took the Orioles.
took the
right?
Orioles,
Sorry, I didn't
yeah.
mean to cut you off.
I'm
And the
going
NL
to
East?
take the Braves. No, I mean,
It's not the Mets.
no. No. I have the Braves because I have Braves Astros World Series this year.
It's going to be the Braves.
Yeah. I think
You know, another team that we didn't talk about with the NL Central is the Brewers. They have better. I saw a thing. Was it by Fangraphs or Baseball Almanac? Somebody
damn, dude, look at you doing your little baseball
put out
research. Dude.
odds, and they gave the Brewers better odds to win the World Series than the Astros.
I saw that.
What the
I
fuck
saw
is
that.
that about?
I don't know. I saw that.
What are we doing? The Brewers? Come on, man! Didn't they just get rid of Corbin Burns? And he gone? Like one of their dudes.
Yeah,
They
the Brewers are
definitely
going to be
start.
awful. Yeah.
Yeah. What the?
Yeah.
I saw the odds and I was like, dude, there's just
was on
no
Baseball
way.
Reference.
Yeah, Baseball Reference. That's what it was. No way.
So
Yeah, it'll be the Braves, man. They're stacked, dude.
I got Astros Braves. Who do you have? World Series prediction.
Oh, what about the? I'm sorry. Did you guys speak on the Blue Jays at all?
I
I
know
feel
what
like
I
they
mean.
underachieve every year.
They do.
Yeah. I don't.
I mean, they're
see
gonna.
it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The AL East is gonna beat up on each other. That's gonna be the most exciting division in baseball, just because every team hates each other online, and the kind of spread evenly on a even playing field. Obviously, over 162, the cream rises to the top, and that's why I think we all said Baltimore. But they're gonna beat each other up.
Man, I want to go with the Astros and Braves in the World Series, but the Braves always find a way to choke in the playoffs. So then I want to turn my attention to the Astros and the Dodgers in the playoff or in the World Series, but the Dodgers always find a way to choke in the playoffs, and I think they're going to do it again.
It's probably one of the two.
Dave Roberts is no longer the manager. They will always find a way to choke in the playoffs, and I think they're going to do it again. So I'm going to throw this one out there. I don't know who it's going to be. I have no idea.
Hold on.
don't
I'll
know,
lead you.
man.
I'll lead you to something.
Okay.
We didn't even talk about this team. We didn't even talk about the
I
Phillies.
think it's going to be. Yeah, see, that's another team. They
Phillies-
just
Phillies
locked
are
up their
good.
1 and 2 dogs at the front of that rotation, Nola and Wheeler. I can see it being a rematch. It'll be the Astros and Baltimore Orioles in the ALCS. Book it.
I see that.
I don't know who from the National League. Just for our sake, I'll just say the Phillies and Astros again. I have no idea, to be honest with you.
It's a good take. I can see that. Josh?
I think it's good. The Astros, Orioles, I see that. Or Astros, Yankees.
Astros who?
Yankees. I can see that coming in again.
It's on World Series, dog.
Oh, I know, but he started with the ALCS, so I was going there. And then World Series, it's the Dodgers. I think it's time for the repeat, the rematch.
My Astros MVP is going to be Yordan Alvarez. Chalk, the betting favorite. I think he's, just entering his prime, like the youth of his prime. Scary hours.
He's going to hit 50
41
bombs.
home runs.
He's going to hit 50 bombs one time in his career. I don't know if it's this year, but
I have him at 41.
I think that's probably right.
41 tanks.
My MVP is also going to be Yordan Alvarez. He's arguably one of the best hitters in baseball. He's eventually going to get the Barry Bonds treatment. It doesn't matter if you throw a lefty at him. Doesn't matter if you throw a righty at him. He hits everybody. He can hit for power. He can hit oppo. He can get gap to gap. He can hit doubles. He can hit an oppo ground ball to the left side to go through the hole. Like, the dude can do it all. And I think he's like one of the top betting favorites to win MVP this year. So I'm going to go with Yordan Alvarez as well. And a close second, on a contract year,
That's
Alex Bregman.
Yeah, that's a great take.
So that's going to be my pick for Astros MVP.
He's hitting the shit out of
I think Alex Bregman's going to have close to 1,000 OPS and probably like 33 bombs. I think he's going to have
Say that again?
close to 1,000 OPS and about 33 bombs. He's going to be on one of those like Juan Soto like Yordan like runs where he's walking twice a game and then hitting a double or a bomb and just consistently.
I mean, that's not a crazy take because if he just starts out the first 60 days not like any, like not slow, like if he just
He always starts out slow.
If he has an average 60 days, he'll be at those numbers. Like,
I think he will.
so that's not a crazy take at all.
Yeah.
And he's honestly like, I think every line drive felt like over 100 miles an hour. Like he's playing MLB The Show right now.
I mean, the dude hit literally every single day of the offseason.
Yeah.
Like every
dude's a
day.
menace. Dude's a menace. Okay, Cy Young, Astros Cy Young, I'm gonna go with Hunter Brown. I think the way he emerges this year with this staff, he could become a 2 or 3 for anyone else. I think he anchors the rotation. I think we see growth. He's had a hell of a spring. Obviously, that doesn't mean anything, but it's something you could build off of. I think he can be in that 14-15 win range, sub 3.5 ERA, high
All right.
punchies. I mean, last year just felt like he was batted ball in
Yeah.
play.
There's
Just a
so
BABIP.
many games that just fell apart for him in like
Yeah.
the 4th, 5th inning. A little dribbler,
Dribbler,
a walk,
dribbler,
and then
double
like
in the
a
gap.
CNI, yeah, and
Home run.
and then he just falls apart.
dribbler,
I think
and
he
then-
learned from that.
Yeah,
so
100%.
I think you're right.
That's where I'm at. Cy Young, Hunter Brown.
For me, it's going to be Christian Javier, a
Strong bounce back.
Christian Javier that is coming into camp, or that came into camp, losing weight. I
Looks good.
said it 1,000 times last year. He looked out of shape the entire season. He just looked like he added on pounds. Threw in the World Baseball Classic. Had never thrown that many innings in his career. Add in all that, plus he was out of shape. Your mechanics go to the wayside, and we saw what happened. Now he comes in to camp in shape, dropped I think 15 pounds, looks really good.
He's got the run back on the fastball.
That's exactly what I was going to. The top rail fastball looked like it had some pop in spring training. I think he has a bounce back year. In order for the Astros to be successful as we want them to be and everything that we just predicted, he is going to have a monster year. That's my Cy Young.
Yeah, I think with Justin Verlander leaving last year, we didn't calculate how much the other guys shouldered all that. Like
mentally and
mentally
physically.
and physically. I think there was a lot there that we never calculated. Because it seemed like as soon as we got him back at the trade deadline, it was like okay, now
Yeah.
I can just be me.
Yeah.
I don't have to be me plus Justin Verlander. Now I can just be Christian Javier.
Well,
I can just
yeah,
now be
it
Fred
was a
Valdez. I
lot
can just now be
more-
Hunter Brown.
It was a lot more comfortable being a number 3 behind Verlander and Fromber doing their thing. And
Yeah.
being that number 3 that comes in, then being number 2 and Fromber struggling. So now you're looked at to like extra carry the load.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, when you have an ace, the ace's job when a team is struggling is to be that stopper, to be that guy to stop the bleeding and
Yeah.
right the ship. And it just felt like every single guy last year tried to be that guy, and they tried to do a little too much in baseball. Balls tend to go over the fence. So I think this year, and the whole theme is how relaxed they've been. So that's kind of the theory behind it all.
Yeah.
Who's your Cy Young?
Christian Javier as well.
Ooh,
For everything
two
Brian
Javiers.
said,
There we
yeah,
go.
yeah, I think he looks really good. The movement on his stuff and the few spring starts that had video, he looks great.
Yeah.
I think he got rest. We talked about before about how he had pitched so much with the World Baseball Classic, pitching all the way into November, the World Series. Like that was more than he's pitched in his life. He finally got a break. I think he's going to go off this year.
Yeah, and also word on the street is that he added in a changeup into his pitch arsenal, so you start dropping that off the
Because
table.
lefties were his issue.
Yeah.
So now a change up against lefties, that's going to do damage.
I will say Urquidy's changeup and fastball looked really good before he got shelved.
I know.
He looked really
I
good.
was excited to see.
I was so excited.
I wasn't expecting Cy Young type stuff from him, but he looked like he could be a very solid 4th, 5th starter. But
And then our inaugural Mauricio Dubon, JP France
award.
Emerging Player Award.
Emerging is a good word.
Emerging Player Award.
Okay. Oh, it's Yanier Diaz.
That's probably the easy pick right there. Yeah.
Kid's gonna hit 30 bombs.
Yeah.
Damn.
He'll be
We did
eight.
this whole episode. We didn't talk about Yanier Diaz.
Yanier Diaz is going to be the emerging player of the year.
All
I
right.
think he's done things during spring training in the offseason to learn pitch sequencing. I've heard that he's worked very, very closely with the pitching staff during spring training, which people are probably like, yeah, no shit. But there's probably extra things that he's done that I've heard. And then also swinging it offensively. We are going to finally get a daily occurrance of Yanier Diaz behind the plate and at the plate.
How many years do y'all think it takes for him to beat? I think Castro has the record right now for most home runs as a catcher.
2 years.
2 years.
I think he chases it out.
Yeah, I think it's got to be around 100.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think 2 years. 2 years and he'll already probably be the best catcher in Astros
In franchise
history.
history. Yeah. Offensively.
yeah, offensively.
Joshua, who do you have?
I have. Is it weird to say that the former World Series MVP could be an emerging player?
No, I think it falls in the comeback player of the year. But
Yeah,
I
he's
think
kind of
emerging-
he's kind of in that category. I'm high on him this year. I think he could hit like 40 doubles. I think he's going to be. I don't think he hits more than 20 bombs, but I think he's a double gap to gap machine, 280 average. I'll be very excited. If
You're talking about Jeremy. You said Jeremy Pena,
I
right?
said yeah. That's what
I mean, can we just not go on a streak where for 3 straight months he doesn't hit a homer?
It's Linia.
But the thing is,
Can we-
I don't mind if he's hitting doubles like he was. I'll take it.
Yeah, you can have some.
I'll take 10 doubles in place of 1 home run.
There's one thing we've noticed about this podcast episode is I am
Brian
crushing.
Eats the last,
Dude,
Brian's the guy that eats the last wing. At least he has. That's a good friend. That's a good.
Man.
That's a good foxhole partner.
Who's your guy, Des?
Joey Luperfido.
Oh, coming out AAA hot.
I think Joey. I mean, I've already said it like 4 episodes in a row. I have a crush on him. I think he's your. You're gonna be your number 1 bench bat.
Okay.
And a guy that platoons as much as Mauricio Dubon by All-Star break. You hit, you don't sit. The kid rakes.
When do you think he gets the call up?
There's a lot more smarter people that will know this answer.
What a cop
Like
out.
I don't know if they're holding him down for like to gain a year. I don't know if that's a situation or
No,
not.
I think
type
what
thing,
I think
whatever
what it is what I said on one of the pods recently. I think they are giving John Singleton his
For sure.
last shot.
Yeah.
They're saying
He's out of options.
They're saying,
so-
and we don't want Luperfido to sit on the bench while John's. So they're like, we're gonna give John a month, like maybe a month. Like I think that's max. And if he's not hitting, if he doesn't have an OPS like over 700 at least, and in the 100 at bats that he gets,
yeah.
he's out and Luperfido's in. I think
Do you
that's
think
what they're
do you
doing.
think Singleton is 100 at bats in the first month?
I don't know math. Probably
100
not.
bats in the
like
first month.
70.
That's a lot of at
That's
bats.
a lot of at bats.
I don't think he gets more than 50 at bats.
I think it's like 40.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's more than a month. I think they give him around 100 at bats.
Okay.
To prove
Yeah,
himself. They don't want a
that's
small
fair.
sample size, so I don't. It's less about time. It's more about at bats because he's
Gotcha.
on the bench.
So that's. I think he's Luperfido's shown everything he can do. He could spell Abreu at first. He could play the outfield.
Yeah.
Obviously, Dubon's a guy, the super utility guy. But if Dubon slotted somewhere else, someone has an off day, hey, that's Joey's spot. So that's who I think
I want him
emerges.
on this team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, also the other one is Spencer Getty.
Yeah.
I think that's another dude you can't keep down. I mean, you have the Astros farm system who gets constantly by every major media outlet talked down. But a year after year, guys come out of that farm system and produce. And yes, they don't have the Jackson Holidays or the Rhett Louders or the Paul Skeens. They don't have those guys. They have dudes that are grinding to finally make it to the show, and their entire life they've been talked over by the Skeens, the Holidays. All those people have always been in
Chip
front
on
of them.
their shoulder.
So they've already had that natural chip on the shoulder. And then, hey, by the way, you got to crack a rotation or crack a lineup full of all-stars, full of MVPs, and full of winners. That really brings your level up. And anytime I think those two guys are going to be absolute dudes for the Astros this year.
All right, last thing. How many wins? I'm going 93 and 69.
Damn, nice.
93 and 69.
Did you do the math?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go
93 plus 69 is indeed 162
97
games.
and 65.
97 wins. Okay. Josh?
Damn, y'all both very rational numbers. And I'm like trying to find.
What are you about to do? You going to give us a little bro take? 105 and
No,
57?
no. If Urquidy didn't go
Did you say
down,
101?
if Verlander didn't go down, if they didn't go down, then I was gonna say like 102. I'll say 99.
Okay.
And whatever,
I mean,
99.63.
our numbers, I think our numbers are good. That's one good weekend. Brian's one good weekend away from my number.
Yeah.
I'm one good weekend away from your number. You're one bad weekend away from my number. I'm one
Yeah.
bad weekend away from your number.
They're definitely in
Good spread.
that range. 93 to 99 is a good range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
What's
not
the-
math guys, but
Yeah. The ceiling, I think, is 100
the
wins.
ceiling is the roof.
It is.
The ceiling
The,
is
the thing with this
Ceiling is
team, with this young team with a new manager, I think the ceiling is like 105, but the floor is like 85. Like
yeah.
the floor, they could really.
Yeah.
You know,
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
And it all starts with the Yankees.
Yep.
And that
Couple of
episode's
days.
coming up next.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, we're here on location at the Edo location for Big City Wings, 2240 Navigation. Just knocked down the citywide sampler. I ate the majority of it. It's phenomenal.
You did.
You've got
We got
plenty.
the 2 for Tuesdays.
Yeah, you got plenty of deals.
Burger Wednesdays. Your home network 790 will be here.
Sports Talk
on
790 will be here.
Thursday on
I think
opening day.
Wednesday, Thursday. I think like multiple broadcasts from here.
And shout out to U.S. Coins Jewelry and Celebrity Mint. They have a lot of stuff gearing up for the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight, as well as pop-ups with Astro legends. They had Shane Reynolds, they had Terry Poole, they had Phil Gardner at the shop. So always follow their socials to figure out when they're doing something new at U.S. Coins and Jewelry over on the Katy Freeway. So shout out to our sponsors. Joshua,
All
take us out.
right. Well, thank you for watching and listening to Beyond the Diamond podcast. I'm Josh. That's Brian. That's Dez. Let's look for a good Stros season. Peace.
Love you guys.